Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Hasu Hour. I'm your host, Zerg, and the matchup today is taking place on Dusk Towers. And we've got Terran here at the top and Protoss at the bottom. Both of these players are Master League, should be a good game. As you can see by the time, 35 minutes. It's going to be a really long game. So hopefully you enjoy it, and hopefully we can find some cool strategies, different tactics, and watch these players micro. Protoss opening up here with a pylon. Terran opting for a supply, and this is interesting. He goes for a refinery before his barracks. So I don't know if he's planning some sort of early tech action, quick factory, or what's the deal with that. But usually you should get your barracks first and then your gas. So who knows? Maybe this is a good strategy. So really fast expand here for the Protoss player. And a little, okay, I don't know what these guys are doing because it's a little counterintuitive to get this early gas when you're Nexus firsting. You're just going to delay your gateway there, but whatever. I guess this guy paused too. So both players kind of a little strange, a little bizarre. Maybe they're not actually masters. And the Terran here doing something with his factory. He's getting that reactor core. Probably, oh, okay. And suddenly everything becomes clear, right? He wants to get that double Reaper pump early attack. I like that. This is a nice build. That's cool. And he gets the fast expo. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a couple Reaper pump here. Gateway coming online for the Toss player. Insta Psi core. Does have a second gate. Very nice setup. I'm sure these guys are masters, actually, as I watch them play a little more. Very nice setup here with the double pylons. And the intent there is so your mothership core can defend your probes. It's a very nice setup here. And it's going to be very important. And it turns out he's not going for the early double Reaper like I thought. Instead, he's just pumping Marines. So, kind of peculiar play here by the Terran. But the Marine is one of the strongest units in StarCraft. Pound for pound, dollar for dollar. Especially once you get like 30 of them with medevac. That's it. You know, they're just tearing everything up. They can hit land, air. Beautiful unit. Factory with Tech Lab. Got to get that tank pump. And the Toss here, he's going for Stargate tech, which I guess it's a good approach. Almost certainly we're going to see Oracle from him with that. Third base here for the Toss. Both players pretty passive, sim-citying it up so far. Alone Zealot bravely charges the Terran ramp. And the Marines, I guess, I don't know where they are. They're sort of missing in action. There they are. They're guarding the midline, which is an intelligent placement. Especially with this Oracle. No, you see, these guys are surprising me every step of the way. You think they're going to zig, and they zig every single time. He gets a Phoenix, which I guess could help fend off drop harass, but there's no overlords to hunt down because your opponent is Terran. So I would not get a Stargate and then build a Phoenix. Twilight Council possibly wants to get some ground unit upgrades, or who knows? Maybe this guy's going to tech the High Templar. Everything's been pretty off the wall so far. The Terran moving out here with a small strike force of 1 Cyclone and 6 Marines. And he's actually potentially going to be able to do some damage here. The Toss does not have a lot defending He's been focused more on the creation of production facilities. And kind of nice, but that Cyclone's going down. And you got to be careful with your lock-on, because once you lock on, you can't lock off. There's no way to turn that off. So you don't usually want to do it. There's a reason why it doesn't auto-target buildings, right? Now, taking out the pylon in that scenario is pretty good. I just want to make sure that the volume's recording. Okay. Because the mothership core, of course, can use photon overcharge. And but it was just a little strike force anyway. So the toss is kind of ahead in economy here. 3 Phoenixes. Are these hallucinations? Yeah, they're hallucinations. Okay. And I guess that's maybe why he got the Phoenix, because you have to have it. I don't know. But nice Zealot here, checking out the 4th base expand. And hallucinations. It's great. What's he going to do, though? Scare him? This guy, he is sort of panicking. He's sending his Cyclones. You don't usually see this sort of degree of Cyclone play. So I really like that. I'm actually a fan of Mass Cyclone myself. I used to do it all the time, especially in team games. We always lost, but it was just so much fun. You take like 12 Cyclones, and then you engage and you run, and you're killing them with a lock-on, and then they run, but then you follow them, and then they're just... You got to get the upgrade, though. That's the key. It does 400 damage once you get the upgrade. So then you're set, right? But I really think the Terran's behind here because the Toss had his 3rd base so early. He opted for just going straight to that 3rd base. And could it be? Is he going to try some sort of desperate all-in play here? Which doesn't really make sense. Because he's so far ahead, eco-wise. Why would you risk the attack when you can just expand and keep expanding? And I don't know. Maybe I'm too passive. Maybe he just says YOLO and goes in. But Terrans especially they're very well suited to defense. As nice as a good attack on the Terran fortified position can be. You know, it's usually not a good idea to just charge right at the tanks and try to take them on. You got to use a little finesse. You know, you wait till they move out, they're on siege, then you blink in, throw some force fields down, because why not? Both players pretty even in supply, and really factory heavy build here. I like this nice mix of tech labs and reactor cores. That's good. That's a good approach. Because otherwise you're going to get imbalanced in terms of massive minerals piling up. So this is a very nice balance here. And a pretty unexciting game so far. Not a lot of attacks. Nothing really happening. Both players just macroing up. Maybe once they max, once they're at 200, then they'll finally move out. Hopefully. They got their 3-3 upgrades. And I guess this is, I don't know if matchups really have, like Protoss has to stay 1 base ahead of Terran, or Zerg has to stay 1 base ahead of Protoss. I don't think that's how it works, you know? That's sort of, I think that's a myth. I think that basically you just got to win battles. That's really what's up. Nice little Phoenix action there. At the top left. I don't know why they had men over there. Why they would fight over that particular spot of the map that is just so distant from their holdings. But these guys really got to hurry up and start attacking each other. Honestly, I'm not going to showcast their games again because. And why is this guy building so many Phoenixes? Is that Phoenixes? Is that the plural of Phoenix? It's not like Phoeni or I don't know. Maybe Phoenix is already plural. Who knows, right? The Phoenix was a bird that rose from the ashes in some sort of mythology. Probably like Greek or Roman, because that's where all the cool stuff happened. But I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I'll research that after. I'm kind of curious. Where did the story? But it was like, you know, it was like destroyed and then it rose again from its ashes. Also, Jean Grey on X-Men was also the Phoenix. She was like some demigod-like beast, incredible powers, but killed everyone around her. Massive infernal fire. Yes! Capital ships. That's what every game needs, is a Tempest with its piddling damage and extreme range. The Tempest has 15 range. Far exceeding, well, okay, modestly exceeding the 13 range of the tank. And this is a pretty nice composition here for the Terran. He's got mass Thor and then mines. And it looks like maybe he's going to do something. He's got to get this 4th base because Protoss is getting his 5th. So, just to equalize a bit there. Both players approaching max. And such a passive game thus far. Already, that's nice. He's already harassing. He's got some guys there. And they're going down. GG. GG. No lead. Mech's a great strategy. You're gonna love these Mech Warrior 4s here. They look so awesome, you know? These giant robotic suits of armor or whatever. I don't know what they are. This mass mine is kind of cool too. You can do a lot of damage with mass mines in the late game if you're not careful. And we've got engagement. The mine's burrowing, getting right up against the Protoss army, and the Protoss here trying to maneuver away from the Widow mines. And I don't know what just happened there. I guess he was trying to recall home, and it didn't work. But the Terran getting way the better of this exchange. So maybe he was a little behind eco-wise in the bases, but kind of just made up for it right there in the Widow mines, doing some very nice splash damage there. And the Protoss army has been routed. A total defeat for the Protoss forces. That's incredible. I can't believe this passive, sit in your base, build a whole bunch of Thor strategy actually paid some dividends. But a clear victory for the Terran forces as the Thors and Widow mines just wiped the floor with the Toss, Stalker, Tempest, Phoenix combination of bizarreness. But the Terran is not content to, and you know, he really needs to repair these Thors. That's the great thing about Thors, right? You repair them because they can soak up so much damage without dying. Like, if he just sent, like, 5 SCVs right here, I guess he wants to sort of, he wants to press on before the Protoss can rebuild, right? He destroyed the Protoss army, and now is his moment to strike. His moment, hopefully, in his view, of victory. And very nice mine placement there. But the Phoenixes took the brunt of it, and the Phoenixes are pretty worthless. So, I guess, yeah, that's good. Nice Stalker micro there, dodging the Widow mine, but unfortunately, that is just not really going to be enough. Bowman, undeterred, taking on the Thor army. He does have an odds. He is able to see the mines, but no, the odds get picked off by the Thors. And really, the inherent genius of this strategy is seen, right? Where's the odds? Oh, the cannon is providing vision. Phenomenal. Yeah, but you're going to walk right into this. And war of attrition on both sides. But Terran's still a nice supply lead. And some dangerous placement here with the Widow Vine. Might just take out that fledgling army that TOS has secured. Terran, for some reason, retreating, potentially to repair his Thors, which is a good idea. I recommend you do that, bud. I can't wait to see if these mines snag a bunch of stalkers. Like, he's gonna walk over them, and oh no! He's got the odds. He's got the odds. He doesn't stumble into the mine. Still 5 bases for the TOS. Terran now working on his sixth, trying to turn the tables of the macro game. And he's on the move again. Still, added some Liberators to the mix. That's going to be nice. Defender mode. Those stalkers are going to have to be running for their lives from those circles of death. And both armies now, inches apart. Terran is genius at defending. Like, you see these defender mode and the mines, and like nothing can get through there. He just owns that section of the map, and try as hard as you want. You're not getting past it. It's like Gandalf against the Balrog, you know, holding up his staff. You shall not pass. So wisely, he decides to go around, taking evasive action. Oh, and he warped right into the Defender mode Liberator attack sphere of destruction. Not a great choice, but what is this? Could it be the Mothership? Wow. Phenomenal. Although against Mass Thor, is Mothership really a great choice? Yes. The Mothership is always a great choice. Usually used to complement carriers, this capital ship to end all capital ships provides vision cloaking for all your units or your ally units that are in the area. And these two stalkers are not going to be able to... Oh! They're placed outside of the planetary fortress, and they are going to pick off a few errant SCVs, although 17 minutes in the game, probably 3 SCV kills is not going to cripple anybody. So the Terran just sort of holding the center of the map here, and this is cool. You see, he's got the entire half of the map. That is neat. Like, it's tough to go around there. I guess he could blink down here, maybe, but that is cool. That is a really cool posture or placement, positioning of his forces, just holding half the map, and little harass going on. The Protoss player here grabbing his half of the map. Both players a little bit passive for my taste, honestly. You know, I mean, do some attacks once in a while. It's not going to kill you. Well, what do I know? I'm just a lowly diamond player. These guys are masters, so maybe turtling it up in the center of the map is the new, I don't know, whatever the old thing was, attacking. Love the Mothership core. Don't know why you don't see this more often in mid to late game play. It is a phenomenal unit. It's got the same spells as... Ooh, Banshee harass, nice. So the Protoss player here just taking some evasive action, and he is going to be able to harass this base. However, his immortals are not able to get in there, and those stalkers are going to get eaten alive. Like something that gets eaten alive. Sushi? They're looking, I don't know, prepared, but intelligently. This lone Banshee here, not really able to do too much because wisely Bowman had turtled up with 3 cannons. Oh, look at the minimap. You can even see these. You can see these circles here. I think. What is that? No, what are these circles? I don't even know what those circles are. Oh, maybe they're, yeah, sensor towers. Nice. The sensor tower is great. It basically, it doesn't provide vision, but it does take away the fog of war through that whole circle. You can see the circle on the map there. So, if your enemy walks across the circle, then you're going to see it in the mini-map. Essentially, is what happens. So it's a great building for the mid to late game, where you can get some more vision of what's going on. Really an interesting, placid positional game, I would call this. You know, neither player is really wanting to commit, both sort of trying to achieve some sort of advantage. See carriers added to the Protoss composition. And that is a good late game move, although his opponent already was massing Thor, which surely is the counter to carrier. Maybe not a hard counter as it would be to Muta. But the Protoss player absolutely devastating the Terran forces. And needs to get out of there before he gets wiped out by these Widow Mines here. They're slowly ticking away. But wow, a phenomenal victory for Bowman as he... Oh, you did not want to unburrow that Widow Mine. That was not right. Phenomenal victory for Bowman. There it is. There it is. They're live. They're ready. They're primed. Phenomenal victory for Bowman there. And the Terran is able to macro back up pretty quick. He does have 7 bases. Some of them, no doubt, mined out the top 3. So really, he's got 4 bases. Who's counting? Big deal. Finally, an odd for Bowman. He's going to be able to pick out these mines. And Mass Liberator play, but they're too early. They're too early. There's nothing to hit. And the debris here preventing the mines from getting through. The carriers are on the march. And Avilo here trying to meet up with the rest of his army. And the engagement begins. The interceptors taking the brunt of the mine hit. And what he should be doing is release the infoceptors and then build some more. That's a good strategy. But maybe he doesn't want to end up without any interceptors. Who knows? But you release them, you run away, you build a bunch more, or release them all, and then teleport back with your mothership core. Now, the mothership core is leaving the army and headed off. I'm not sure what's going on here. He's trying to bring these stalkers back? I don't know what's going on. Why would you bring your mothership core up here? Well, who knows. The Terran now on the march. The Thors easily conquering the debris left behind. Space rocks disintegrating under the assault. And these 3 stalkers here, no match for the massive Terran onslaught. Eradicating everything in its path. And it looks like Moment's just going to let this base die, which is probably a good idea. You don't really want to engage Terran through a narrow choke point. And there is this sort of defensive, or maybe he does. Mothership core back in the game, no longer in isolation. Bowman tearing through the Liberator force. Ooh, you see that? The Liberators picked off the odds. That is so annoying. Oh, but the Protoss forces just destroying the Terran army. These Immortals are so awesome. Oh, and the mines are going off still. Nice. So both players kind of even in supply. Are these mines active here? How much longer? Oh, very soon, very soon. Is it going to go off? It's going to go off. These Tempests are toast. Bam! Boom again. Oh, you still got the mothership car. Good, good. And the SUV trying desperately to repair the planetary fortress. Ghost! Yes, that's what you need. And the Protoss player retreats. Still 160 for both, despite that chaotic battle. He did, in fact, release some interceptors. You see them hanging around, and the mines can't get a lock on them because they're so erratic. They're moving all over the place. That's funny. Widow mines are great, but they should blow up when they blow up. Like, you're not really a mine if you're just launching an explosive projectile. You're more of a rocket launcher or bazooka at that point. So I think Widow Mine is a bit of a misnomer. They should be called Widow Bazookas. I think that would be better. A Willow cheekily expanding, even though there's 2 assimilators and a pylon at the base. Sky Toss still for Bowman, a viable strategy. Nice mix of Tempest, Carrier, even some Phoenixes, and seems like a heavier focus on Liberators now for the Terran player. The Protoss army potentially capable of going for the Terran main here, but he opts to just control the center instead. Maybe he doesn't want to risk losing his army, getting it trapped. Yeah, he's got the mothership core. He can always recall home. Probably an eco edge for the Toss player. Income looks around even. They're both sort of at a limit to how much eco they can have. If anything more, and you're really going to compromise your army strength. So you gotta balance your economy and your military. It's very important. You're also in real life. Really heavy Liberator mix here. And this is smart because the Liberator does splash damage and his opponent is going Sky Toss. So why not? You know? Insufficient numbers, probably. Liberators are pretty good. And he's got the 3 free ups, which is nice. He's going for the extra guy on the gas, because why not, you know? Gotta mine that gas. Of course, as we all know, you can only have 3 guys max on gas, so don't put 4 on. Obviously, that was just a little mistake when you're trying to control your army and macro and micro and scout and what have you. You know, you don't always notice the little things, right? StarCraft's a big picture game. That's what I'm trying to say. So the Terran now throwing up mad missile turrets all over the place. Why not? Crush the odds. Keep the Sky Toss at bay. And that's a few Liberators in defender mode here. And these mines are really, it's really problematic, the interceptors. because the mines just end up killing interceptors, and that's not really what you want to do. Excuse me. You don't really want to kill the interceptors, so Oracle's being added to the mix. And he is going to cast Revelation, so that he does have that vision of the mines. Oh, and he tries for a storm on the mines, but it misses, and instead the Templar gets picked off. And in come the aliens to try to snipe that Templar, but he will not be sniped. He's a light biological psionic unit. They cast an incredible spell, Psystorm. The Hydralisk's #1 pet peeve is Psystorm. He's somewhat immobile, Hydralisk. Somewhat immobile. Can really go down in flames against a couple well-placed storms. Nice ghost addition to the army. And hopefully we see some tactical nukes here, because I know that is awesome. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to use the rifle shot against his opponent's non-biological army. And finally, the Liberators are going to try to engage here, but they're just going to get poorly stomped, just raffle stomped by the Protoss forces. And this is not looking good for the Terran. Probably should have gone BC. The only way to fight capital ships is with more capital ships. And that's why StarCraft is IMBA, because Zerg has no capital ships. That's the problem. That is the real issue. And just no damage here being done by the Terran force. Just sort of getting destroyed by the superior Protoss army. And really, Sky Toss is phenomenal, you know. Once you get to this late stage, it picks off a few carriers, but and the Protoss player retreats. Why would you retreat when you're like crushing the other guy to battle? And why didn't he release his interceptors first? That's what he should have done. So a brief lull in the action as both players regroup. Terran contemplates how little eco he has. Protoss player, they both have an island. And it looks like this map is going to get completely mined out. At this point, defending becomes almost more attractive. And the Protoss player now suiciding some probes to free up supply so that he can make more carriers and further crush the Terran army. A timely revelation enables the Protoss player to, and the probes are they're getting pretty far into the Terran main. There you go. I thought they were going to get all the way and set up a nexus right by the mined out natural. Unrepentant scanning of the Protoss force. It does not actually do any damage. Vikings now for the Terran, desperately trying to do something to combat this Protoss menace. And actually, the Terran here significantly ahead in. You should use Cyclones. They fight air. Cyclone, cyclical. Just hurry up and go all in already. I've been watching this game for 34 minutes. Like, let's have this climactic final battle and be done with it. I'm so sure the Toss is going to win. He's been winning all the battles. Oh, but the Terran forces him to retreat. If those Widow Mines get in placement, but no. And down goes the mothership core. But down go the Widow Mines. A clear victory for the Toss. Oh, a nuke. A nuke. Watch out, dude. You're going to nuke yourself. He canceled it. You can cancel nukes? Nice. Cast your Revelation. Boom! That is a really sick move, actually. Tactically, it's brilliant. Because now you've got perfect vision of your opponent's force, right? Now this is over. This is the game. Terra is in shambles. The bizarre quasi-robotic alien Protoss forces have won again. Humanity has been defeated, and Ire is the winner, the victor. And to the victor go the spoils.